So you might remember that athlete at the Olympics, the Paris Olympics games that, was in the breakdancing competition. I didn't know that there was a breakdancing competition, that breakdancing was an Olympic game. It seems that it is no more for reasons. But I don't need to show you any clips because I myself am just tired of these clips being all over social media. Yeah, we have seen Raygun, her name, I guess that's her artistic name, her breakdancing name, doing her routine at the Olympic Games. And I myself, I being one of the the meme makers of X, I really didn't pay much attention to it. I just said I just skipped it until it was way too big, and she released a video, well, that some of you wanted me to analyze, and we're gonna be looking at that video right now. This video that some of you have asked me to analyze, but first the details, and the details are that, Aussie Olympians called critics of breakdancer Raygun. We got this, and we also have that afterwards there were some allegations that surfaced stating that Dr. Rachel Gunn, aka Raygun, manipulated the qualifier by setting up her own governing body, denying grants to underprivileged performers. And this is ongoing, right? I cannot make absolute statements about this because this is still an ongoing investigation. There was a pronunciation by the Australian government body, but I'm sure that some more stuff is going to come out, especially this. Australians have stated a petition demanding an investigation and apology. It has garnered over 13,000 signatures. Should she be forced to apologize, or was she humiliated enough? Well, I don't think she was humiliated. I don't know. I would like to understand, how did she thought that it was like the right thing to do to go outside and do that routine? But that is my point of view. I am not a breakdancing expert, but we know what we saw. And now there's this. Raygun breaks silence over Olympic breakdancing backlash. Please stop. And that's why she releases this video, which is the one that we're going to analyze right now. You're going to see it in sections, starting right in this one.
Hi everyone, Raygun here. I just want to start by thanking all the people who have supported me. I really appreciate the positivity, and I'm glad I was able to bring some joy into your lives. That's what I hoped.
Well, people are making already jokes that, yes, you brought joy to our lives with all the jokes and memes that you generated. That was just awesome. In these times in the world, we need that.
I didn't realize that would also open the door to so much hate, which has frankly been pretty devastating.
Yeah, when she says words like devastating or pretty devastating, I really don't see much of an expression on her face. I don't see that something concrete in terms of facial expression. Her eyes don't change at all. Her eyebrows don't change at all. There's only this light swallowing just after that word. Maybe there's that tiny emotional reaction in there, but either she is controlling herself very well, or she is not like she doesn't really feel that devastating. She in fact, I'm sure that the backlash must have been devastating either way. But I am not saying that this is her case, but sometimes the attention, some personalities like any kind of attention. And we have already experienced in this and other of my channels with people who crave on attention, no matter what kind of attention. So that, I am not saying that that is Dr. Raygun's case, because she's got a PhD in breakdance, I don't know, like something like that. I'm not saying that that's her case, but in the face that it's obvious that she must have had strong backlash against whatever she did in the Olympic Games. This reaction is a bit emotionless, I could say. Not going to judge. Everybody processes emotions differently, but I think this is worth noticing.
Pretty devastating. Well, I went out there and I had fun. I did take it very seriously.
Okay, but she had fun. That's one thing. 5 minutes of fun. That's what I call 5 minutes of fame.
I worked my butt off preparing for the Olympics, and
okay, when she says that, I worked my butt off preparing for the Olympics. Let's take a look at that closely. Let's put the sound on. I think it's important.
I worked my butt off preparing for the Olympics.
I'm afraid of that little shake of her head. You know that shaking your head could mean that you're emphasizing something, but the shaking of the head has to be into a word that emphasizes, like something is delicious. That is emphasizing. That is something that we do in Western countries, at least. She's from Australia. Australians might do it as well. But in her case, I don't see that her head shaking is applied to an actual word. Like,
I worked my butt off preparing for the Olympics.
I worked my butt off. I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt, but that head shake is a bit suspicious. It's like she's saying no with her head. So, I have my doubts.
And I gave my all, truly. I'm honored to have been a part of the...
Again, when she says, I'm honored to be a part, that's one of the few times that she has a brow expression in which she raises her brows. She says that she's honored to be proud of the team, of the Olympics team. Well, at least the shaking of the head actually happened when she said honor. So again, she's trying to emphasize the word honor.
Olympic debut, what the other athletes have achieved has just been phenomenal. In regards to the allegations and misinformation floating around, I'd like to ask everyone to please refer to the recent statement made by the AOC, as well as the posts on the Ozbreaking Instagram page, as well as the WDSF Breaking for Gold page. Bit of a fun.
Okay, I'm asking the question: why did she feel compelled to do this this video? She could as well. It would have been easier to just make a formal statement and just say it. Just refer to the statement made by the governing association, like the association itself. In fact, if the association has already stated made a statement about this, then why make the video at all? It's like attracting more attention to you in many ways. Again, maybe she's doing it without absolutely any help or any crisis communication assistance and no consultancy. That is a bit risky.
Fun fact for you, there are actually no points in breaking. If you want to see how the judges thought I compared to my opponents, you can actually see the comparison percentages across the 5 criteria on Olympics.com. All the results are there. I'm going to be in Europe for a few weeks for some pre-planned downtime, but I'd really like to ask the press to please stop harassing my family, my friends, the Australian breaking community, and the broader street dance community.
You think it's the press who is harassing? You think really the press is harassing her family? I mean, I can understand crazy people, but is the press so slow in news these days? I mean, this has been running for how many, like 2 weeks already? I don't know, but if there's already a statement, no, there's no murky things in there, why release a video statement? And why say, oh, I'm going to be a brief vacation, pre-planned vacation. I'm not gonna give comments about what is being said. That well, she and her husband is her coach in the break-in team. At the same time, there are a few conflicts of interests in there. But my question is, why release this video? What is the reasoning behind releasing this video? What is the video for? To stop harassment? Usually you try to go low profile and don't make this kind of statements, because yes, it has backfired as well. And again, in some instances, some people like this kind of reactions from the public, and the wider the reaction, the stronger the reaction. Well, that's like better for them. Not saying that is Raygun's case.
Everyone has been through a lot as a result of this, so I ask you to please respect their privacy. I'll be happy to answer more questions on my return to Australia. Thanks, everyone.
Okay, well, as usual, I see a video that is made in a spontaneous way, in a rather loud, noisy environment. Tries to address something really quick, and she could have just made a written post on Instagram and do the same. Maybe she wanted to appear herself in the video. And the other question is, what does this video add to what's already been said, that, well, stop harassing her, that her fans and the association has already made a statement? Why make the video? I don't know. That is my point of view. Maybe you have a different point of view, my body language buddies, and I would like to know what you think about this in the comments. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy. Much love and bliss.